Alrighty, this is the last video for today. It's about factoring, so working sort of backwards using the area model. So we are still going to be using the area model, but now we're given the expression x squared minus 3x minus 10, and we have to figure out what are the side lengths. So we're going to take our rectangle and we're going to split it up into 4 sections, and we know that okay, one of these sections has to equal x squared, and the other one has to equal 10. And then we know that these two, this plus the other one here, has to equal minus 3x. Actually, this is not just 10, this is negative 10, sorry. So what we're going to do next is we're going to figure out, well, what two values here and here multiply together to get us x squared. And after we do just a bit of thinking, we should know that that's x times x is equal to x squared. Now the next thing that we're going to try to come up with is, okay, well, this is going to be x plus something and x plus something probably, because remember, to work backwards, we're trying to get x times something else is equal to this. We're going backwards from the last video. So our next step is, okay, well then what two numbers are going to multiply to 10? Well, we know that 10 times 1 is equal to 10. 5 times 2 is equal to 10. And that's about it. Okay, so we're going to try 5 and 2. Okay, well, so then one of these two needs to be negative because we have negative 10. So why don't we try the 2 being negative first. So now that we've tried that, we're going to see what are these orange pieces. We have negative 2x and we have 5x here. So does 5x minus 2x equal negative 3? No, it equals positive 3x. So the only other option that we actually have is trying, well then what if 2 wasn't negative, but what if 5 was negative? Then we'd have negative 5x and a positive 2x here. So we have minus 5x, check, plus 2x. Does that equal negative 3x? Yes. So this, we've figured out these are our factors. So x plus 2 times x minus 5. So we've worked backwards and we've got our factors. So that was your final answer. We're working backwards to get the factors that make, that when multiplied together, make this expression. Why don't we try it again? Okay, so again, splitting our rectangle into 4 pieces. Okay. So we have x squared. We're going to put that here. Plus 5x. We know 2 of these boxes, here and here, has to equal. The 2 green boxes added together has to equal 5x. And then the last box, let's go blue, oops, is going to equal 6. Okay. So again, let's start by trying to figure out what numbers here and here, when multiplied together, will multiply to x squared. It has to be x times x. So we know that this is going to be x. Our factors are going to look something like this. Okay, so then we know that this number here and this number here, when multiplied together, has to equal 6. So we have 1 times 6, 2 times 3, and that's it. So we have to start testing those numbers because remember, those green numbers here has to add up to 5x. So what if, let's try 1 and 6 first. So x plus 1, x plus 6. So I forgot to mention, I also could have negative 1 times negative 6 and negative 2 times negative 3 because this here is a positive 6. So we're just testing out. Okay, now let's multiply in. So we have 1x and 6x. So does 1x plus 6x equal 5x? Nope. So that means it can't be 1 and 6. So let's try 2 and 3, because that's our next option. 2 and 3. And we want to check, does 2x, because this is now 2x and this is now 3x, does 2x plus 3x equal 5x? Yes, it does. So now we have our factors. X plus 2 times x plus 3. Great. And I ask that you hang in there for these last two, even if you're feeling pretty good, because I want to review especially number 4 with you. Okay, so we're going to do our rectangle again. Split it into 4 quadrants. We have x squared. We have 12. We know that something plus something must equal 7x. And let's make those somethings a nice bright blue. So hopefully by now you can get the hang that, okay, well, we know it's going to start with x times x here. So our factors are going to look like that. And then we need to, okay, two numbers that multiply to 12. 12 times 1, it's a positive 12. Or negative 1 times negative 12. 2 times 6. Or negative 2 times negative 6. 3 times 4. Or negative 3 times negative 4. And that's it. So we're going to test these in our heads as well. So I'm also thinking, okay, if I put a 12 and 1 here, I'm going to have 12x plus x. That's not going to be 7x. That's going to be 13x. So it's not that. It's not these. 2 times x. So I'll get 2x plus 6x. Well, that would be 8x. But no, it's not 7x. So not these either. Okay, so hopefully it's 3 and 4. So plus 3. Let's do this in a different color. Plus 3 plus 4. We'll get 4x here because 4 times x, and then 3x here because 3 times x. Now let's test it. Does 3x plus 4x equal 7x? Yep. Hooray. Success. So we have our factors. Okay, so this problem actually says x squared minus 16. And this one is a little bit different because you might notice there's something a little bit different about this expression here than the ones we've had in the past. And that is, this one had 3 terms, x squared, 7x, and 12. This one had 3 terms, but this only has 2 as x squared and minus 16. So it's going to be a little bit different. We still are going to set this up here. And the trick here is that these two spaces, since we don't have a number that they have to add up to, well, these two orange spaces have to add up to 0. Because you have x squared, and then there's a hidden plus 0x minus 16. So that's what this 0 is coming from. So hopefully by now we know that we're starting with our x times x is going to give us x squared. So we'll have x. And then we need to start thinking about what are the factors of 16. So it's actually negative 16. So we could have negative 1 times 16 or negative 16 times 1. Well, do these two numbers add up to 0? No. So we know we have to keep going. So it's not going to be this. What about negative 2 times 8? No, that doesn't equal 0 either, but we could have negative 8 times negative 2. Well, negative 8 plus negative, or sorry, not plus 2. Well, that's not going to be 0 either, so we have to keep going. Well, what about negative 4 times 4? It does equal negative 16, and negative 4 plus 4 does equal 0. That works, so we could have x minus 4 and get us negative 4x, and x plus 4 and get us 4x, and these two would add to 0, so we would be left with just x squared minus 16. So we have x minus 4 and x plus 4 as our two factors. And there you have it. So this one is a little special. Come to Zoom, ask lots of questions. I'll see you in a little bit.